Okay, so this lesson is the last lesson of this chapter. It is a different standard that we're going to be working on, but it's something you guys have been familiar with because you learned patterns back in kindergarten. So you're going to generate a number or shape pattern that follows a given rule. Identify apparent features of the pattern that were not explicit in the rule itself. And explicit just means it doesn't outright tell you what is the rule, okay? So you got to figure the rule out based on the pattern. All right, so we have Malia is making a pattern for a quilt. The pattern shows 40 squares. Every fourth square is blue. How many blue squares are in the pattern? So I have 40 squares here, and it says every fourth square is blue. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to get colored in blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's colored in blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's colored in blue, and so on and so forth. Okay. 20. Now you'll start to see a pattern. Do you see any pattern in this? All right, so every row, so this has 2, this has 3, this has 2, this has 3, and they're kind of alternating, right? They show up in the same column, and you'll see that in multiplication tables too. When you're looking at your multiplication charts, you can see that as well. All right, so it's asking me how many blue squares are in the pattern, so I can just count the blue squares. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 blue squares. Okay, you need to start writing out what you're doing instead of just writing number 10. So when you're doing your homework and your test, make sure that you're writing out how many of what. Okay, here's a rule. Find the rule. So we got to figure out what pattern this is following. So the first thing that we could do is figure out how to get from 5 to 10. Okay, how do we get from 5 to 10? Well, to get from 5 to 10, we would add 5, right? Or we would multiply by 2. Multiply 5 by 2, okay? So it's the same thing. I should write that. All right, so it's the same thing. So multiplication is just repeated addition, right? So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Okay, so the rule is multiply by 2 or add 5. Okay, either one is the answer. All right, and we're going to use this rule to complete the pattern. So now it tells us the rule, and it tells us the first term, and term just means number. First number is 6. Okay, so we're going to start with 6. And we're going to add 3 and subtract 1. So I'm going to go 6 plus 3, which is 9. 9 minus 1, which is 8. Okay? So then I'm going to go 8 plus 3 is 11. Minus 1 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. Not 10. 13 minus 1, which is 12. Okay? Then we're going to go 15. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 minus 1 is 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 minus 1 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. Minus 1 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. Minus 1, which is 20. Okay, so we just followed the rule. And the rule is add 3 and subtract 1. You can also see that the pattern is 2's, right? So skip counting by 2. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, but finding the rule. All right, so here's our homework. Okay, so we're going to use the rule that they give us to find the numbers in the pattern. First 12 numbers. Okay, so we're going to go 12 times. There should be 12 numbers in here. So I'm going to do number 3 with you. So my first term is 4. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 to 15 and subtract 10. So 15 plus 4 is 19. Minus 10 is 9. Okay, then I'm going to take 9 and I'm going to add 15 and I'm going to minus 10. So my answer is 14. And I'm going to keep doing that till I get all 12. So 14 plus 15. Oops, that's not right. 18 plus 15. That's 34 minus 10. And yes, I do expect to see your work, because I know you guys can't do all of this in your head, because Miss Fernley cannot. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Halfway there. Do you see a pattern emerging? Okay, a couple more. I bet the next one's 49. Saying. Oh, what do you know? Magic. The next one's going to be 54. And then 59. Alright, so you see the pattern here? It goes from 4, 9, and then it goes and add 1 to a tenth, and then 4 and 9, then add another 2 tenths, 4 and 9, then add another 2 tenths, 4 and 9, add another 2 tenths, 4 and 9, add another to the tenths, 4 and 9. Alright, so you can finish the rest of your homework on your own. Your WSQ solved this problem. Elise knits 18 squares on Monday. She knits 7 more squares each day, Tuesday through Thursday. How many squares does Elise knit on Friday? So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're starting off, right, with 18 squares. Okay, and I'm going to leave you with that. And you guys have a good night. I'll see you in the morning.